Hi, my name is Paul Arnold and I'm a qualified counselling psychotherapist. And I specialise in relationships because at the end of the day, relationships give us the greatest joys, but also can give us the greatest pain. So when do you know when to finish? Well, there are multiple responses to do that. Clearly there is no set time. And clearly, if you are in a time-bounded sessions with an organisation, by and large it will run to its full course. But there's lots of reasons to be looking at when do you think it's time to now finish. Now, the first thing is that the quality of the relationship you're having with your therapist is just not working. You don't seem to feel you can have the honesty, you don't feel you're being supported in that space, in which case I think you should have the courage to name that and have some conversation about that, but you had complete liberty to go and finish that series with that particular therapist. Now, obviously, because by and large the work you would have done with your therapist would have been, set on a specific objective or a couple of objectives. You don't want more than two, frankly, if at any one period of time. When you feel you got some degree of completion, now I would say, realistically, a lot of this stuff never completely goes away. You just get better at accepting what's going on. You just have some greater sense of self-compassion. You are less triggered. You feel you have more choices and you can respond to it in a healthier way. And likewise, you may feel less in overwhelm now. You feel more in control. You feel more balanced. You feel less depressed. All of these things will make you think, yeah, I think I can step away from this therapy and actually, feel that I can sort of walk alone for a period of time. Now, what I would say is, by and large, you should not necessarily see it as like, that's it, deal done, never again. Because very often, you may need to come back to do some other therapy at another stage in time. Someone I knew used to call it like a creme brulee. You've got all this, stuff underneath and you've got a hard crust and something comes along and pierces it, a relationship breakdown, a health crisis, something else, you get made redundant from work or whatever, and then suddenly you've got to deal with that stuff that comes out of it. And you go to therapy and what happens is, you then sort of put a new layer, new glaze over it, and then you feel happy to walk out and reconnect with society again and reconnect in relationships. But then very often what happens is something else happens a bit later, and because that top isn't quite as hard as it was before, it breaks through, and so maybe you need to go and do some more therapy. And each of this is reducing down the level of the creme underneath, the messiness we have in our life, and allowing us to become more complete and more integrated as to who we are. So those are a few ideas about how to go and sort of know when you are ready to go and finish your therapy.